I'm Meathead from AmazingRibs.com, a barbecue website. And I'm here in Seattle with my friend Grant from ChefSteps.com. And we're talking about a new technique of cooking, and it does all kinds of wonderful things that you can't do on the grill or the smoker alone.
We're talking about sous vide, and we're talking about sous vide with Joule.
How does sous vide work?
So sous vide works by controlling water temperature at a very, very precise degree, correlated with the temperature you want your food to be, and it will never overcook.
But let's clarify, because people who hang around our website know if you boil ribs, the terrorists win.
We're not
You're
boiling.
not boiling
We're
ribs.
not boiling.
You're not putting the meat in the water
Yes.
directly. You're putting it
In a bag.
In a plastic zipper bag.
Yep. You just got a zip bag, any zip style bag. You could use a food saver bag. You could use commercial grade bags. And you just pop your steak in there, throw some herbs, even salt and pepper or rub or a sauce or marinade, whatever you want. Pop it in the water and you set your temperature and walk away. So you want your steak to be at maybe 130 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna set Joule to 130 degrees Fahrenheit and it will never overcook.
How long would you cook a steak like this?
So when you're cooking something like a steak or a tender cut, you can get to temperature in about an hour, but you could leave it in for several more hours as well.
It's just going to stick
It'll
at
just
130.
stay there. It'll just stay ready and waiting for you. It won't overcook. And whenever you're ready,
That is so cool.
you just pop it on the grill. In 5 minutes, you're searing a steak and you've got
And so
beautiful
you're
steaks
not
on the table.
standing there shifting from
No.
your left foot to your right foot while your guests are sitting at the table going,
Yep.
where's the food?
Yep.
And you say, well, it's not quite ready yet.
Yeah. And you know, you're rarely just cooking one steak. You're probably cooking a few of them, and it's a lot to juggle. And you know, it's hotter on the grill over here, it's colder on the grill over here, and you're worried about are they just right?
What essentially this is like the ultimate reverse sear, because you're going to cook the interior
Absolutely.
to 130 in the water, then we're going to pull it out
Yep.
and throw it on charcoal
Yep.
and get the perfect sear on
Yeah,
it.
and then you're only searing until it looks beautiful too. One of the things that we like so much about it, and one of the things I think is so similar to barbecue is, you know, we talk about low and slow. And when we're cooking sous vide, we have total control over the temperature and we go real low, real slow to get the best possible results every time.
Is it going to be safe?
What equals safe is certain temperatures at certain times. So 165 for a few seconds can be just as safe as, say, 130 for an hour or 2 hours.
So as I understand it, the pathogens start dying somewhere north of 130.
Yep.
So as long as you're cooking over 130, you're killing them, but you're killing them slowly.
Yeah.
And this is not just Grant Crilly saying this and making this
No.
up because he's got a product to
USDA
sell.
agrees.
This
Yeah.
is, I mean, restaurants are doing this now.
Yeah.
Doesn't sous vide mean under vacuum or something?
Sous vide does mean under vacuum, but that was just a term that was coined because of the process at the time, which was people would vacuum pack, chefs or restaurants or hospitals would vacuum pack food, then they would cook it. So when we're talking about sous vide, we're really just talking about precise temperatures, low and slow cooking. It just happens to be that it's in a bag. So you do not need a vacuum machine at all for cooking sous vide.
One of the reasons we cook low and slow is that tough cuts of meat, like beef brisket, pork ribs, they have a lot of connective tissue.
Absolutely.
And that connective tissue makes it really tough to chew. It's elastic.
Yeah.
And you have to break it down. When you break it down, it becomes gelatinous, it adds succulence, and the way we do it on the smoker is we cook around 225 and we let it go 8, 10, 12 hours, and you break down that connective tissue and the fats, and it becomes really wonderful.
And when we're cooking them sous vide, and you could go anywhere from 8 hours to 48 hours. And you can have something like a brisket that you keep maybe a medium rare color, but cook it for 2 days, and it'll be just steak-like in texture. Very tender, very juicy.
And one of the cool things about it is you can mate sous vide with grilling and with smoking and come out with something better than either separately.
Yep.
It's the marriage of fire and water, and it works tremendously well together, better than independently.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's a match made in heaven. And you can cook the inside of the meat and get the texture just right cooking sous vide with Joule. and then you go to finish it on the grill. And it's not just tough cuts, right? It's steaks, it's tender cuts, it's fish, it's pork chops. You can just get that temperature just dialed in and that texture just the way you want it. Then a quick sear or quick finish on the grill, just until it looks beautiful, and you're in heaven.
Operate it with your smartphone.
Yep.
From the office. Let the stuff go. When you come home, pull it out of the sous vide system and throw it on the grill and get that crisp, dark, rich Maillard surface, and you have just a fabulous food.